I remember the whole thing. I was like laying on the ground. My coach come over, asked me what's wrong, and do an assessment.
In September, Dietrich freshman football player Bryce Hanson was severely injured during a football game. He has spent the last few months coming back from a neck and spinal cord injury, and he is still on that journey this morning. I spoke to him and his mom about his recovery and how grateful they are for all the support they're getting from Idaho and beyond.
I missed the play, so I just saw a kid laying down and noticed that it was my son.
It was Denise Hanson's son, Bryce, a freshman, number 80 on the football team. He was hurt, and it didn't look good.
I got pushed in the back into my own player, and my neck, my head hit his hip, and my neck folded. And then they get me on their gurney to take me over to the ambulance.
The 14-year-old was rushed to the hospital in Gooding, and that's when the Hansons found out just how serious his injury was. Bryce broke his neck in 2 places.
I broke, C4 and 5, and then I had a ligament displacement or something in my C6 and C7.
And then about, I would say 10 minutes later, the nurse came in and said, hey, the helicopter will be here in 10 minutes. We're flying you out to St. Luke's. You walk into this trauma room and you have 15 doctors that are all just like, go. And I mean, it was terrifying.
He underwent surgery to try to repair some of that damage, but Bryce's journey to recover was just beginning.
You know, when you're in that position, you don't really, you're down, you're not really happy, and it was just a good feeling to have everyone there, and it kept my spirits up, and I think that's what kind of kept me going throughout everything, is all the support, especially when my family came.
Bryce is from a big, loving family.
I have 6 siblings.
And they all missed him so much. They had an emotional reunion in his hospital room. Bryce also got a visit from his football team. They brought him a jersey that he hung proudly above his bed.
Then when the team came, it was really nice because I was able to see my friends, and I was able to see the support that I had behind me, and I was able to keep pushing from that, and I think that's what helped me.
Once he was stable at St. Luke's in Boise, Bryce was flown to Primary Children's Hospital in Utah to learn how to move again.
The therapy is what really kicked my butt. I was frustrated because I couldn't do what I used to be able to do. Going from where I was at, being really active and super athletic, to not being able to move and control my body. It was just hard to go through that.
But he worked so hard each and every day.
He has always been determined, always, since he was a little boy. He's pushed through everything hard. He always wants to be the best.
Bryce is a big Boise State football fan, and when head coach Spencer Danielson heard about what happened, he wanted to surprise him with a FaceTime call.
My mom asked me if I knew who Spencer Danielson is, and I was like, yeah, he's the coach of Boise State. And then they get me back in bed, and my mom starts messing with my hair, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then her phone starts ringing, and she answers it, and I'm like, holy crap, it's Coach D. And I was just so excited.
He was also just a little bit starstruck.
Bryce, what's up, man?
What's up?
This is Coach D from Boise State football.
What's up?
So good to see you, man. You look good. I've had a lot of people tell me about your story, and I just was able to look at some stuff, man, and been praying for you, and heard that you're feeling a lot better and you're on the road to recovery. Like I said, it's an absolute honor to talk to you, Bryce, and I'll be praying for you, okay?
This was cool to see that he cared enough to do that for me, and it was really nice.
Bryce was released from Primary Children's Hospital just in time for Halloween. The nurses and the doctors lined the halls to celebrate. Coming home to Idaho felt so good, and the community support was overwhelming.
I knew I'd have a lot from my town in Dietrich, but I didn't know it'd go throughout the state and some other states too. I didn't know it'd go that far, so I was really surprised on how many people really cared that much, and I was like I said, that kind of helped me through it all.
Now Bryce is back in Utah, this time for more intensive therapy.
So there's this place in Sandy, Utah called neuro work, so we decided to go up there because they specialize in spinal cord injuries and stuff like this. I have pretty much almost all movement back. It's just I don't have as much control over the movement. We are hoping that I can regain the control over the movement.
Like the fine motor skills.
His mom and dad have been by his side every step of the way.
Yeah, it's been hard, and he's had his struggles. Obviously, we've all had our struggles with it. But throughout this whole process, he has never lost his faith. He's never lost his love. He's never lost his sense of humor. My husband and I keep saying that he's our hero, and he's like, I'm not that special. And I'm like, you are, though.
Bryce and his family even made it to a Boise State game on the Blue this season. Bryce says it inspired him to keep on working.
I want to be able to be active like I was before. My goal is to get back to my normal, being active all the time, playing sports.
He is determined. When he has something in mind, he's going to do it.
This determined young man is on his way. He says he couldn't do it alone.
My family, my friends, the community, everyone just being there for me and just seeing everything that they've done. It's just, yeah, just kept me going.
Bryce Hanson.
I just want to say thanks to everyone. I don't think they have any idea of what they've done for me.
7's hero. Look at him, Bryce. He is just incredible. What a kid.
Amazing.
I know, and he's
What
such
a
good young man as well. And Bryce is looking forward to being home in Idaho full-time in the new year, getting back with his friends, his school, all that stuff. But right now he is in Utah during the week working on those fine motor skills.
Yeah, and so that's incredible. He's gotten all of his movement back, just sort of working on controlling it a little better.
And how cool that Coach D called him. I mean,
of course.
That was so
of
special.
Course.
Thank you.
It's amazing, but also not surprising.
I know.
If you know
Thank
that
you
guy.
to Spencer Danielson for doing that. It meant so much to Bryce.